In this episode of the MicroPilot, I'm taking the helicopter to the pub, and I'm going to be showing you how I go about a safe approach, landing and departure from the field. So guys, make sure you like and subscribe and enjoy the episode.
I'm a bit wind rushed now. So that was Rory going off on his flight, so it's about time for me to get the covers off my aircraft and then we'll get going sometime soon. One, two. Oh, good.
Surface wind 070 degrees, 10 knots.
Taking off, helicopter Golf November Yankee. The helicopter Golf November Yankee has departed the zone to the east en route towards Melton Mowbray, changing East Midlands radar 134 decimal 180.
Yankee, roger.
The objective for today is to go and land at a pub, which sounds all fun in itself. No drinking to be done, unfortunately, but kind of makes sense because we've got to fly back as well. But we went here the other day. I did my advanced confined areas course with Heli Centre, which means I'm now allowed under Heli Centre's policy to now take their aircraft out and land off airfield. Because the whole point of the course was to go off, look at some private sites. So we went into a golf course, we went into the pub that I'm off to now, and obviously just develop your confined area skills with an instructor next to you. And luckily because of COVID lockdown easing off as well, we managed to bring my girlfriend in the back because we were in the R44, which was amazing. And then we had a nice lunch there, so it's a really nice little pub to come and visit. You know, I think Heli Centre does a good few practice confined areas into there and stuff, so they're quite familiar with helicopters as well, which is really good. So unfortunately I can't bring passengers with me today because you need 20 hours on the R44 to bring passengers, but I'm just off to do it and bring you guys along for the journey as well. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm visual with the area where we're going to. There's a sort of rise terrain area of where the castle is. So on my way in there now, things to consider are, you know, the size, shape, surface, slope and the surroundings of the field. Obviously looking out for any wires or anything like that as well. That could inhibit the safety of the approach or indeed the, the departure from the field as well. I'm thinking of where the wind is as well and the performance of the aircraft I'm in today. Wind's roughly northeast-ish today. It's not very strong, but still it's about, it's between 5 to 10 knots today, and obviously got plenty of power because we're not completely full up on fuel and there's only myself on board today as well. So there's plenty of power available. So considering wind and things like that, we're going to overfly the field, have a good look at it, do an orbit over the top, make sure no one's inside the field, no cars or anything like that, because we are landing in effectively what is the car park of the pub, but it's a grass field. So we're going to have a good look at it before we start making an approach to it. So the town just off over to the right hand side over there is where we're going to. It's got a relatively steep easterly facing slope off to one side of it, which might be more sensible to depart out of, but in terms of the approach, there's pretty much only one way in, given the way the wind is today. It wouldn't make any sense to come down the steep slope, because that would literally be downwind. Like I say, the wind's not too strong today anyway. Plenty of performance in the aircraft. So, I'm going to go fly over the top, have a look, and then shoot an approach into there. So just before we do all this, we'll do a quick FreeDAT check. So fuel's more than enough. Radio, we're not speaking to East Midlands, so we don't need to let them know that we're letting down. The engine, the warning lights are all out, T's and P's are all within the green. Plenty of fuel, tachos look good as well. Power's where it should be about. DI and compass, we are straight and level. And they look a little bit off, so I'll just correct that bit. Altimeter, obviously we're judging the approach now as we come into land. And trim transponder is all good. There's one person in the southern end of the field, but he's nowhere near where I will be landing. There are cars manoeuvring to park up as well, so but yeah, they should be packed up by the time we get in there. That all looks good. I'm happy to continue into there and land. And now we're just watching height and speed and making sure that no one strays into the area where we want to land. Now we're getting a little bit lower, start turning, start bringing back the speed a bit as well, and head on in. Gonna have to stay a little bit high to get over this tree to get in. Should be okay. I'm going to come a little bit more to the left, so I'm nowhere near those houses on the approach. Field is still clear. There's no moving cars now, which is good. Start coming down now. There's people there, but they're obviously unaware that I'm coming in now. Okay, bring it to the hover and then bring it down. Okay, so we're all good. Feel stable on the ground, and then putting everything back central now. And we're going to wind down the throttle.
South of you, range is 3 miles northbound.
Roger that.
Last seen to the south, west of you, range is 1.5 miles.
To make sure that no one comes near us.
Did you say fast moving?
So here we are at Checkers Inn pub in Lincolnshire. It's a nice one to come to. Good, nice big field to land at as well. Like I say, we've been in before. It's really friendly and everything. Like I say, this just reminds you what helicopter flying's all about coming into a place like this. Okay, so clutch comes to disengage. Clutch light comes on. Pull the mixture. Wait another 30 seconds to then pull the rotor brake. Yep, and then hold it there in the middle. Well, that's that. Let's go get a drink.
so just got back to the aircraft now. It's really good. Just had a little bowl of fries and a pint of Coke. Like I say, it's a bit of a shame I can't bring anyone with me because I've not got 20 hours on the 44 yet. But you know, doing things like this and landing off airfield is exactly what helicopter flying's all about, basically. So you know, really lucky and privileged to be able to do things like this, and definitely be coming back here in the future and bringing some passengers with me. So like I say, I've shown you the arrival into here and everything that goes along with that. So I'm going to do a few checks on the aircraft now. Obviously make sure it's okay to fly, have a look at the route I'm going to be taking, thinking about where I'm going in and out in terms of the wind and how that is, and then I'll be starting up and heading out. Right, we're all good to go. Just topped it up with a quart of oil because it was just a little bit below the minimum after we got here. It might be because it's on a bit of a slope, but just topped it up anyway, and it's now well within the range it needs to be. So we'll start up and get going back to Leicester. Okay, right. We are still clear all around.
To 3,000 feet VFR. Oh, about 3,000 feet VFR for right base on runway 09, please wind shoulder.
Yeah, make sure he doesn't come any closer. Alright, good. And so we're all good to go now. So we are clear to the left, clear ahead. There's people on the right, but and clear behind. The wind should be from the left, so we'll feel it as we do it.
Exit service, squawk 7000, goodbye, Golf Echo Romeo. Golf Echo Zulu changes Derby 18355, thanks a lot.
Okay, in the hover. Warning lights are out, T's and P's are all still in green.
Okay, Golf Echo Zulu.
Move over, I'm going to check behind me. Which is good. I'm going to go out over this field. Okay, so start pulling in. We can go up to 25%, 25 inches, sorry. So we're going to do less than that anyway. Go up, clear ahead. Still more than enough power, climbing away, building up a little bit of airspeed whilst we're climbing. Still going up. Good. Keep climbing away. And then I will increase the airspeed now. Reduce the power so we're not over our 5-minute limit. And that's good. And we'll keep climbing away. Go back out over the castle. Keep climbing. We've got the mast off to the left hand side, which is where we're heading to. VRP to the right, so looking at the traffic all around. Still climbing. There's the castle on the nose there.
Golf Whiskey India.
So all safely departed now.
7000, goodbye. Thanks, goodbye.
And now we'll be turning en route. Just after we get just past the castle, and then we'll turn en route towards the left hand side of the mast.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget that you can get 5% off poolies when you use my discount code, the MicroPilot. But guys, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode.